Hi guys, how you doing? This is the first part for a review for quiz 4, which is under the week of March 23rd. The first couple questions in the quiz have to do with either using combinations or permutations. And basically what they are is a way of figuring out how many different outcomes there are. You're figuring out how to count things. So we have to figure out if we're going to use something called a combination. You use a combination when order doesn't matter. You use a permutation when order does. Okay, so what do we mean by that? It's best to try some examples to see what that means. So let's try this first example. It's about you are bought a lottery ticket, and you know how those little balls pop up? Well, there's 48 of them, and you had to pick 6 numbers, and you're hoping that your 6 numbers pop up, and you're going to win $1 million if you get all 6. Okay, so we want to figure out how many possibilities are there, like how many different things could happen with 6 balls getting picked from 48 numbers. So first question we have to think about is, does order matter? So when you see like that lady or that guy standing there and the balls are popping up and 6 comes up and then 15 comes up and then 2 comes up, did it matter what order? It didn't matter, right? You just had to have the right 6 numbers. So when order doesn't matter, as in this case, we use something called combinations. And there's a scary looking formula for combinations that goes like this. It has an N exclamation point over an R exclamation point times an N minus R parenthesis exclamation point. What the heck is this? Well, N is just the number of balls in this number of balls or number of numbers that we're picking from. R is the number of balls that you pick. So, okay, N is number of balls. There's 48. How many are we picking from that 48? 6. So now all you got to do is plug into this crazy looking thing. So N is 48 and R is 6. So you would write 48, a little 48, then a little 6. And then you plug in a 48 where you see N. And you plug in a 6 where you see R. And then you might be wondering, well, what the heck are those exclamation points? Those are called factorials. Do you guys remember seeing that in high school maybe? So for instance, if you had a 5 factorial, that's actually equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 6 factorial would be 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So that's all that means. So you can find that on your calculators. So when you're doing these problems, you can whip out your calculators. So to get this number on your calculator, you would do 48 exclamation point. Then you would divide that by, do 6 exclamation point. And then 48 minus 6 is 42 exclamation point. So by calculator, I'd go 48 exclamation point divided by 6 exclamation point equals, divided by 42 exclamation point equals. And you should get a number, and it's pretty big, guys. It's 12,271,512. So that's a big number, and you should practice on your calculator. Make sure you get the same number I get to make sure you're doing it right on your calculator. But that's how many possibilities there are, and that's why it's really hard to win the lottery, and that's why it's really hard to win $1 million. So if they asked you your probability of winning, if you bought 1 ticket, so if your probability of winning for 1 ticket is 1 over 12,271,512. Okay? All right. Watch the next video.